Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Barakatham. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a salute and a shalom to all the Akim that are out here laboring and pushing His truth in all sincerity and in truth. Balak, he's seen the glorious state of the children of Israel. Okay, he's seen our glorious state, man. He's seen what we would be like in the end, right? When the kingdom of heaven is set up. This is Numbers 23, and let's see. Okay, and 7. And he took up his parable and said, Balak, the king of Moab, hath brought me from Aram, out of the mountains of the east, saying, Come, curse me, Jacob, and defy Israel. No, Slakia. Well, Balaam, now Balaam, he's seen the glorious state of Israel. He's seen our glorious state. This is what he said. He said this unto, Balak said this unto Balaam. He said, How shall I curse? No, Slakia. Balaam said unto Balak, How shall I curse whom Yahweh hath not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom Yahweh hath not defied? Right? So Balak was warning Balaam to curse us. Okay? But he couldn't do it. See? Why? Well, it says here, let's see, Numbers 23 and 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what hath Yahweh wrought? Right? Right, it says what? Against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. See? This is right, man. So basically there's no witchcraft against Jacob without Yahweh and Yahweh Shah allowing it to happen. This is Numbers 23 and 9. It says, From the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. And lo, the people shall dwell alone. He shall not be reckoned among the nations. And 10, who can count the dust of Jacob and the number of the fourth part of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like his. Okay? So, it says this, who can count the dust of Jacob, right? Now, Yahweh, he told this to Abraham. He said, and I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth. So that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered. See? So, um, right? So, the seed of Abraham, which is Isaac, right? And Jacob, and Jacob's sons, and Jacob's sons and daughters, right? They can't be numbered, man. Why? Because we are really the largest nation on earth, right? Yasha Allah, we are the largest nation on earth, man. There's more Israelites on this earth than any other nation, man. Right? Okay, this is Genesis 22:17. That in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thee. Thy seed shall thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore. And thy seed shall possess the gates of his enemies. Right? So now, can you count the sand that's upon the seashore? No, you can't. See? Now, can you count the stars of heaven? No, you can't. See? Now, he's seeing our glorious state, right? Let's get Isaiah 60. And this lesson was on my mind all night last night. So the spirit is on me at 5 something in the morning to do this lesson. So here it is. This is Isaiah 60:9. Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from afar. God, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of Yahweh, thy power, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. Okay, and the sons of strangers, God says, and the sons of God says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee, right? Shall serve thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Okay, so we have been smote, and we have been wounded. By who? By Yahweh and Yahushua. Why? Because of our iniquities, because of our sins. Okay? But our last end will be what? Glorious, beautiful, amazing, out of this world, man. Jacob will be blessed tremendously. Okay? And the blessings of Jacob will continue from generation to generation, man. All right, man? Plus, we won't die. Everlasting life. Okay? And it's going to be millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions, even billions of Israelites on this earth, man. Okay? Yahushua said what? He said, in my father's house are many mansions. right? So those mansions are other planets. Okay, so our seed will be on those other planets also. All right, because this earth cannot contain all of those Israelites, man. Trust me, man. It's going to be beautiful, Jake. I can't explain it, but it's coming though, man. Okay? It says, therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall be, God says, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. Right? So, the nation and kingdom that refuse to serve us, right? That refuse to follow the law, statutes, that refuse to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, they will perish. They will be beaten to powder. Okay? Verse 13, the glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box tree together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. Right? Now, Yahweh said what? He said, for heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. Right? So, the whole earth will be beautified, especially Jerusalem. Right, man? Because this earth is going back to being paradise, right? The Garden of Eden, right? Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the word for garden in Hebrew is gar. I'm not sure though. I looked it up before. Let's see. I don't know. No, it's like it's gun. Okay, gun. Okay, so the Hebrew word for garden is gun, right? And Eden is Aidan, and Aidan is paradise. Okay, so this earth is going back to being Aidan, paradise. Okay? It says, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all that despise thee, God says, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves at the soles of thy feet. They shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Right? So all of our enemies, they will come bending unto us. Okay? They will serve us. Right? Especially the nation of Edom. Okay? Because the nation of Edom, they are the most proud. So they will serve us. Okay? And we will break their pride, man. All right, man, we will break their pride through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay? Whereas, in verse 15, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. Okay? So our sons, daughters, our sons, our daughters, the children, so on and so forth, man. They're going to be blessed forever and ever, man. That's what's coming, man. That's what's coming, Jay. Everlasting life, man. Everlasting life. Right, man? We will be able to live life and live it more abundantly, man. This is what Balak seen, man. No, Salaki, this is what Balaam seen, man. All right, man. Balaam, he's seen this, man. He's seen us in our glorious state. See? And he said what? He said, let me die the death of the righteous. And let my last stand be like his. Right? So he said what? Let me die the death of the righteous and let me be an Israelite when I come back. Okay? It says, thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shall suck the breast of kings. Right? So we're going to get what, man? The riches of the Gentiles. That's the milk of the Gentiles, man. We're going to suck the breast of kings, meaning we would get their riches, man. Because it belongs to us anyway. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. Okay? For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver. And for wood, brass, and for stones, iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and thine exactors righteousness. Violence shall no more be heard in, God says, violence shall be no more heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. But thou shalt call thy wall salvation, and thy gates praise. Come on, man. Verse 21, thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. Okay? So what, all right, man, so what Yahweh and Yahushua is going to do for the nation of Israel, Yahweh and Yahushua will be praised and will be glorified, man. Okay? It says, a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yahweh, will hasten in this time. All right, man. So even the Israelite that's not of the elect, all right, man, when the 2/3 come back, guess what, man? Even they will become 1,000. Even they will have a small nation, man. Okay? So man, and man, I can't understand how can someone that came in the truth, learned about this, believed in this, and and just give all of that up for the carnal things in the world. How can you give up all of this for the world when The riches in Babylon the Great is temporary. They won't last forever, man. Okay? That's why Mashiach said this. This is Matthew 6:19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, where thieves break through and steal. All right, now, who did that? Chase Davis did, right? He did that, man. Right? That it says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, where thieves do not break through and steal. Right? So our treasures, all right, the hopeful elect treasures, right, are in heaven, man. Their mind is always on the kingdom, man. Okay? Their mind is always on the kingdom, man. Right? The elect, man, they ain't worried about what this world has to offer, man, because this world don't have nothing to offer but wickedness. Okay? This is Matthew 6:21. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Right? So Chase Davis' mind is on this world, right? But the mind of the elect is on the kingdom. Okay? All right, man. And since Balaam seen what we would be like in the end, when the kingdom of heaven is set up, man, again, that should strengthen your faith, man. Right, man, because a heathen seen what we would be like, man. And he said, let me die the death of the righteous and be like one of them. Okay? All right, man. So he knew what our end would be like, man. Jake, we're going to be blessed, man. All right? We are already blessed with this truth, man. Hold on real quick. Burn some incense. Alright. Let's get I think it's 1 Timothy. Might be 1 Timothy. Not sure. 1 Timothy 4. Let's see. No. Well, it's 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy 4:7. It says, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. See? So the Apostle Paul, he said he fought a good fight. He finished the course. He kept the faith. It says, henceforth there was laid up on me a crown of righteousness, which Yahweh the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them that also love his appearing. Right? And the them is who? The elect. Okay? So there's a crown that's waiting for us in the heavens, man, with Yahweh and Yahweh. Jake, your main goal is to be a part of the elect. Right? That's why we have to endure. Okay? We have to keep the faith. Right? And we have to pray, man, that Yahweh and that Yahweh and Yahweh Shai keep the spirit on us to continue to push forward in this truth, man. All right. Let's get this, the Apocrypha. Second Ezra 2 and 41. I think it's 41. No, 40. Second Ezra 2 and 40. Let's see. Kind of says, take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, and have fulfilled the law of Yahweh. Right? Now those that will be clothed in white are who? The elect. Right? And they, right, and the elect have fulfilled the law of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Says the number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of Yahweh that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Sion a great people whom I could not number. And they all praised Yahweh with songs. Right? It says what? Who can count the dust of Jacob? See? All right, this is man, I think it's somebody shooting outside, man. This is ridiculous, man. This is sickening. All right, verse 43. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, which Connor was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said, These, Connor, and he answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal. Right? So we shed these bodies. Okay? And we put on those heavenly bodies, right? Those glorious bodies, those bodies that's infused in spiritual power. It says, and have confessed the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowned them? Right now, Ezra, He even saw himself, but he just didn't know it though, right? He, all right, man, because Ezra, he's a part of the elect, all right, man. He didn't know he that he was in the midst of them. He didn't know it. Okay, this is they crowned them and give them palms in their hands. So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh and Yahushua. Now, so the elect, they stood so stiffly for the word, right? And what's in the word? The names of Yahweh and Yahushua. Okay? Jake, what does Revelation 21 say? It talks about the kingdom, right? And how the glory is going to be, man. Right, man? Every gate is going to be made out of a single pearl, man. We will be high above the nations once again, and we're going to be high above the nations forever. All right, this is John 10:10. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. But I am come that they might have life, that they may have it more abundantly. Right? So, Jake, in the kingdom, we will live life, and we're going to have it more abundantly, man. We're going to have everything that our hearts have desired, man. Okay? We're going to have the desires of our heart. Okay? Everything that we've ever wanted, man. We're going to have it. Okay? Let's get this. Hold on. I think it's Isaiah. Is it Isaiah 65? Let's see. Okay. This is Isaiah 65:17. It says, For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth. And the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. Right? So we won't remember this madness at all. It says, but be glad. It says, but be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her. nor the voice of crying. Now, what does Revelation 21 say? Right? This is Revelation 21:4. And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. There shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. For the former things are passed away. See? It says, there shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not fulfilled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner, being 100 years old, shall be accursed. Right? So we won't die, man. We won't die. We're going to live forever and ever, man. Right? It says, and they shall build houses and inhabit them. Right now, in the curses, it said what? It said that we will build, and kind of says that we will build an house, but we won't be able to live in it. Right now, we built what? The White House, right? But are we able? But are we able to live in it? No, we're not. Okay, but the houses that we will build, we're going to be able to live in them. Right, man? Those palaces and mansions in the kingdom, man, will be magnificent, man. Will be magnificent. Say, they shall plant vineyards and shall eat the fruit of them. See? It says, they shall not build another inhabit, they shall not plant another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain. Right now, we are working these meaningless jobs for Esau, right? But guess what though? Those jobs that we're working, we are doing that in vain. All right? Because we get paid what, every 2 weeks? And we bring home what? Crumbs. Right? And we have to budget. Right? We have to make life decisions on which bill to pay first, so we can be able to have food in our crib. Right? But there won't be no more though, man. We won't need to budget it. We won't need to budget in the kingdom, man. Okay, because we're gonna have businesses, because we're gonna have businesses, man. Businesses, restaurants and all that, man. Because King Solomon had businesses, man. He had businesses, man. He had investments. And we're going to have that, man. We're going to have investments, man. And businesses and restaurants. We're going to have all that. It says, they shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble. For they are the seed of the blessed of Yahweh, and their offspring with them. So even our offspring will be blessed, man. Right? Our sons and our daughters will be blessed. It says, verse 24, and it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. While they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. Right, man? It says what? It says, thou shalt be in league with the beast of the earth. See? All right, man? And our sons will be able to walk with lions, the beast of the field, man, and not get hurt. And not get hurt, man. And not get hurt. Why? Because this earth is going to be put back in order, man. Righteousness will flourish on this earth, man. Forever and ever and ever, man. Okay? So with that, I say Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a salute and a Shalom to all the Akim that are out here laboring and pushing this truth in all sincerity and in truth. And with that, I say Shalom.